Good morning. I am Kevin Price, delighted to be with you, talking to you about you and your business. One of my favorite companies out there is 123employee.com. They do a phenomenal job of helping individuals businesses grow through their outsourcing company. Daven Michaels is the CEO of that. Daven Michaels is also a best-selling author, and we're always delighted to have him on with his insights on what's happening in business. Plus, we enjoy talking to his guests. Before you introduce your guests, tell us a little bit more about 123employee.com.
Hey, Kevin, good morning. Great to be here. Just back in from Africa. We could talk about that, too, if we get a second. But for those of you out there that haven't heard me before on the show, it's Daven Michaels. I'm CEO of 123employee, and we're the premier outsourcing centers in the Philippines. We have hundreds and hundreds of employees. We work with companies all over the globe, and we help them with their busy stuff. We do their internet marketing, their social media, their telemarketing, their back-office tasks, all the busy stuff in their business so they can focus on the income-generating activities in their business and the stuff that really juices them and excites them.
Yeah, very cool. Focus on the stuff that makes money, and a lot of the stuff that social media in particular is kind of rote anyway. I mean, yet it's and it really is. The content is king. Quantity really does matter, and so by all means, having someone working as a virtual assistant to do that is huge. Although your virtual assistants can do that and so much more. I love the work they do. Tell us about your guest.
Yeah, well, actually, Kevin, I'm really excited this morning because today we have Mark Hemmeter on the line, and Mark's the founder and CEO of Office Evolution. And just like we've been talking about virtual assistants, Mark is in the business of virtual office space. And this is a huge, huge trend today. And, if you identify a trend, you can really prosper. And several years ago, that's exactly what we did. We noticed that entrepreneurs were struggling with their businesses. They were stressed out. They didn't have enough help, and we came out there and we helped them with that. And today, I felt years ago that as entrepreneurs started working from home, that they would, after a while, there'd be a backlash, and they'd start to sort of crave human communication and the synergy that takes place when businesses get back together. And that's exactly what's happened today. Virtual office space is huge for two reasons. One is entrepreneurs need it, but also big companies are even outsourcing their office space as well. So I'm super excited to have Mark on the line. Mark, you there?
I am. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here with us. Kevin, you want to start?
Yeah, thank you. First question, kind of give us that elevator speech, the 411, if you will, what Office Evolution is all about.
Well, we are a virtual office and executive suite company, which means that we provide small local offices. They're basically business hubs. They're places for small businesses, entrepreneurs, micro businesses to work. And as Daven was saying, a lot of times it's just a place to come and get out of their house, a place to have a meeting, a place to hang out with other entrepreneurs. So that's what we're doing. We do it on a local basis, close to where you live and work, so it's really convenient, and it's been working out great so far.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I totally said that when as soon as people started working from home, Mark. Matter of fact, I personally, when I started working from home, I remember I started feeling lonely. And I craved getting out there and working with my fellow entrepreneurs, like-minded individuals. So I know it's been huge, especially companies like Regis. Matter of fact, we're in the middle of working on a deal right now with Regis, so it's very exciting. So tell us a little bit more about your operation. How many centers do you have? How many people do you work with? And just tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, we're based up in Denver. We've been here for over 10 years. We have 8 company-owned locations. We have over 750 entrepreneurial companies that we work with right now. And that's, several thousand, including all their employees. So we see them every day. We started franchising a year ago, and so now we've got franchise units going all the way from New Jersey out to San Francisco. We love the offering. We love the franchise side of the business because that gets local owners working in the community there with other local owners. Mm-hmm. And so now we're really pushing this out on a suburban and smaller town type basis with local owners and just repeating what we've been successful with in Denver.
Yeah, what's really cool about that is they are going to be the most aware tactically of places that people want to have office space, where office space is affordable. They're there. They've got an indigenous knowledge that you being in Denver wouldn't have trying to open in Chicago.
Oh, absolutely. Cool. And the other thing is that local owners like to work with other owners.
Yeah.
And small business people hang out together and they choose that. So it just completes what we're doing here in Denver.
Yep. Go ahead,
really
there.
Cool.
Go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, sure. And it's interesting too. A lot of businesses out there, they compete and they're in competition, but I believe that the new business model is collaboration. And it sounds to me like that's exactly what you're doing, not only on the office level, but you mentioned that you have a whole network, and I understand how this works because we're in the middle of conversations with one of the larger companies. And so basically what you do is you sort of tap into a network, I presume, and then you guys all work together so that, let's say I'm in Colorado and I'm one of your clients, but now I'm going to take a business trip and I'm going to be in New York and I've got a meeting with 6 other individuals. I can check into one of those collaborating facilities and have that meeting. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as we say, it's location agnostic to the client. I mean, it doesn't matter whether a client, they can use any location anywhere in the country at any time. Mm-hmm. And so that network approach is really important. There's another part of the networking, which is actually networking with other local businesses in your community. You'd be shocked how many of our clients end up working with each other, that they never knew each other until they became part of Office Evolution. And so you've got a whole nother level of networking within the location.
Yeah. And so it seems to me, I'm looking at the list, really cool. I would think one of the strongest advantages is the fact that these leases are usually month to month, which is a huge advantage when people are so worried about what could happen tomorrow in the economy. I noticed the list shows you are largely, or if not entirely, in Colorado. Are you looking at branching into other states?
Oh, absolutely. We've got franchise units sold from New Jersey all the way to San Francisco. Got another big every day on Monday with I think we have Atlanta, Austin, and Salt Lake City coming to town. So we're growing very, very quickly, and our plan is to have locations all across the country.
Very cool. We've got to wrap it up here. Why don't you go ahead and wrap it up for us here, Daven?
Well, yeah, actually, absolutely. Well, Mark, I love your model. I got to tell you, about over a decade ago, I had the idea. It's one of those ideas I wish I would have moved on. So kudos and congratulations to you for identifying a trend and taking it to another level. So thanks for being on the show with us.
My pleasure. I really appreciate you guys inviting me.
Yeah, I do want to mention again that Mark can be found at officeevolution.com. Mark Hemeder, and of course, Daven Michaels, he's on every week. He's with 123employee.com. Great job, guys. When we come back, much, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here. Show us up over there at usdatareview.com, and this is The Price of Business.